What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Life's a Dance podcast. I am your host, Trey Kulata. Thank you, as always, for pressing play and joining your girl Trey as she flies by the seat of her fucking pants and tries to document the process so that all of us can learn something from my mistakes. It has been a crazy past couple of months, and as I'm sitting here in my office wondering today what I'm going to talk about, I'm looking at my whiteboard, or I guess blackboard behind me if you're watching me on YouTube, and I noticed that the last time I wrote down targets for myself, because I like to write down monthly targets, whether I hit them or not, I mean, doesn't really matter in the grand scheme, it just gives me a visual of the things that I would ideally like to accomplish each month. And I literally haven't updated them since April, and it's June. So this got me to thinking, how many of you out there are in the same boat where the first few months of the year, you're really sticking to your guns, you're trying hard to stay on target, stay on track for some of those New Year's resolutions that you might have set at the very beginning of the year. And I'm thinking to myself, it's not too late to recalibrate, okay? We need to be thinking about mid-year resolutions. It shouldn't be just New Year's resolutions. We need to be revisiting those things so that we can recommit to the things that were important to us, or we thought, were going to be top of mind all year long. And the thing is again, life fucking happens. As I mentioned in my last podcast, sometimes we just go through phases in life where life goes on tilt, and we may have to focus more on, say, work than our health, or we may get really sick and we have to focus more on our health than on the other areas of our lives, or maybe we have to focus more on family or whatever. So for me recently, it has definitely been work all the time, and trying to just keep my head above water with the day-to-day stuff that I have to deal with my family and my kids and chores and just, again, day-to-day life. But I had to remind myself that now that things are kind of starting to level out again, our project is coming to a close, at least phase one of the project, out at our tiny cabin. And now things are going to be shifting to where I need to be reprioritizing the things that I have to get done, reprioritizing my life. And for me, I am a very visual person. And if I'm not keeping track of not just daily, like the one thing that is most important for me to get done, it is stuck up in my head. And it'll just keep rumbling around in there. And with all the other numerous 60,000 some odd thoughts that we think in a day, and then it's just going to get lost. So I'm stressing to you guys today the importance of making sure that you have a target that you can see, because you cannot hit a target that you cannot see. It's fucking impossible. Put a blindfold on and grab a crossbow and see how close you are to hitting a target. So, what are those targets for you? Is it your health? Is it your finances? Is it your career? Is it your family? Are you trying to take more trips this year? What are you trying to save more money this year? For me, I've got a lot of big projects. I have basement renovations that need to get done, front yard renovations that need to get done. We're still working on, bringing the cabin to a close, and now it's going to turn into the management side of things where, I have to be thinking about my guest experience and taking care of all the people that reserve and all that fun stuff. So we're going to be switching gears. And then it's like, okay, well, what's the next project that I can set a target for increasing my wealth and my savings and all that stuff. So, but you have to write it down. And if you have lost sight of the target, this is a great time midway through the year to reconnect with that goal, reconnect with the energy around that goal and reignite the spark to get shit done, because there is still plenty of time for us to get to the end of the year and say, holy shit, I fucking did that. Okay, so we might already be halfway through the year, and some people want to look at it as glass half empty. Well, the year's already half over. How am I going to do that? I mean, and we can get into, again, going back to the beginning of the year podcast where I was talking about making sure that when you do set a target or make a resolution or decide to pick up a new healthy habit, that you break it up into small, very edible chunks. Otherwise, you're going to get defeated, you're going to get frustrated, and you're going to give up. And we are trying to instill habits that make it easier for us to be successful, not harder. That's the name of the game. Okay? Everybody's looking for a hack and all that. And I'm telling you right now, there is no hack in terms of doing the work, but there is a hack in terms of being successful. And that is small, manageable bites. Write down the small, manageable bites somewhere where you can see them. And I am honestly, and that's how on tilt my life has been lately, because I normally update this Blackboard every single month. And I got to April and then I said, fuck it, because guess what? It actually coincided with when the cabin, the structure was finished being built. So now that life is beginning to tilt in the other direction, it's time for me to recalibrate, guys. And it's never too late to recalibrate. Okay. Let's like coin that phrase or something, because it rhymes and it sounds good. So let's just keep reminding ourselves of that as we continue to go through the rest of the year, as we finish out June and the first half of the year. I can't even believe that it's like friggin' June already. It's insane. This year has just been flying. But if we are going to thrive in 2025, we may need to recalibrate and remember those goals that we set at the beginning of the year. Which ones have fallen by the wayside? Pick one, not 3, not 2, one. One goal that has gotten by the wayside that you want to refocus on and recommit to going into the second half of the year. Okay, guys? Today's episode was short and sweet and to the point and brought to you by Chaos, which is the story of my fucking life right now. But anyway, I guess it really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, I get to share all this with you. You guys lighten my burden. I love you all. If you got anything out of this episode, I would encourage you and invite you to share it with somebody else like-minded. And that's all I got for today, guys. Until next time, let's dance.